Hi everyone, it's been a while. Looking forward to answering as many questions as possible today. So please put them in the comments wherever you are. I'm at the moment in a couple of different groups, which will make sense in a little. And what I'm hoping to do is get as many of you as possible in here and answer as many questions that are already in the groups and some that aren't. Okay, let's see where we're at. Let me share my screen with you. In about 2.5 seconds. And here we go. No, here we go. Is that big enough for everybody? All right. You're in a couple of groups now, so I'm seeing a whole load of questions. I'm going to be vetting them in a little. I do hope that you guys start putting questions in the comments as well so that we can actually go through some of them today. If you're watching this on the replay, please keep on putting your questions below. Tag me and I'll be able to come back and answer in the comments. All right, let's start. Sam Buckley is having a new issue. One of her listings has a new bullet point that she didn't add. The first bullet point is now imported. Now, this is something that some of you may have already seen on your listings or on other listings. The bullet points that we're allowed to use or we're able to use from the point of view of keywords on an Amazon listing are 5. The thing is that you can actually get up to 8 bullet points on every single one of your listings. And that is if we only take into account the standard listings, the ones that have been around for a long, long time. Now, Amazon has been playing around with that. Amazon has been playing around with the way listings look. And on top of that, it will be different depending on where you're looking and what kind of product, etc. Some new products, especially if they've got variations, have got a whole host of other details up the top, like the color and whatever has to do with the variation itself. On top of that, depending on your category, and this is not hard and fast, but depending on your category, you may find that you've already got 3 extra bullet points. Could be where was the product made, could be whether it's imported or whether it's in the country of the marketplace, of the listing that you've got. It could be a whole load of things. Mostly what you'll find is that those fields, those extra fields that can turn into bullet points, have got a drop-down menu. But in most cases, what you can actually do is go into that field itself and start typing, and you can pretty much put whatever it is that you want to put into that field. Now, normally, the reason why we get upset at things like that is because whatever Amazon has got in the drop down, that's what shows up. If you can't make the change, or if you can't find the field, then what might be happening, and what is usually happening, is that recently Amazon's had a whole load of what they call reclassifications. What that means is that a product started off in a specific category or subcategory, and down the line they've been playing with categories, especially lately on Amazon. And that makes me think that what they're trying to do at the moment is they're trying to get them pretty much homogenous across the board. They're trying to get the same kinds of categories and subcategories on all different marketplaces. That's my guess. What I do know, though, for certain, is that if what we do is go and delete the product and then re-upload it with the same ASIN, normally what that does is we get reclassified. So we need to start from scratch and classify the product first. When you add a product, the first thing that you need to do is state which subcategory it's going to go into. And that's where we find in the add a product view, or in the add a product by upload view, that's where we find where which category the product is going to go into. Once we do that from scratch, usually any fields that have to do with those new categories will appear, and we'll be able to edit them as per normal. Now, Sam, I can't tell you if this is going to fix your issue straight away. Happy to talk to you. For anybody who wants further help with any of this, if you don't already know, go to privatelabelaustralia.com.au. That's where I offer my services, and there's an actual additional group, a membership group that's called Branding by Intent. By all means, go and join that. It is a paid group. It does mean that you get a lot more time with me. We've got mastermind sessions in the evenings, on some evenings. Monday evenings is our main one at the moment, and Thursdays is a secondary one, because a lot of Mondays have turned into public holidays just lately. So it's just it just makes sense that we I give you that extra day. But we do have those sessions. We've got discounts for one-on-ones. We've got Q&As in the group all the time. It's just a lot more time with me, essentially. So, Sam, if that doesn't fix your problem and it makes sense for you financially to have some additional hand-holding help, happy to help. Go to privatelabelaustralia.com.au and join the Branding by Intent membership. All right, so let's go now to the next one. Any thoughts on a way to prevent a third party from stealing our copyright? I tried to figure out, by asking some additional questions here, what this was about. And copyright is a really, really, really big topic, and we can go over it in as much detail as we can from a non-legal perspective. So hashtag this is not legal advice, but that said, with any of your IP, any of your intellectual property, and that's whether it's trademarks, copyright, patents, or anything else, the first thing you need to do is to speak to a lawyer if it is something that is worth doing for you. However, when you first get your first trademark, or when you start getting copyright licenses or copyright generally when it comes to your products, and you start trying to take down various things, the first thing that you've got to think about is, can you afford it? Can you defend any kind of intellectual property that you have? Now, there are some things that you can do for free yourself, and there are some things that you absolutely need legal advice for. And we've got a couple of fantastic lawyers in the group who are able to provide that legal advice. There's Tina Loza of Loza and Loza, who is in America. She's an IP attorney. She's actually, I've actually done a video with her before, so go to the Private Label Australia page and go and search her up and go and check to see what she's said before when it comes to IP Accelerator. She is a member of IP Accelerator. So if you're looking to get your trademark in a hurry and your brand registry in a hurry, she's your gal. We've also got Kate Sun in the group, who is an Australian IP lawyer. She is able to help you both with Australian trademarks and with USA trademarks. She's not a member of IP Accelerator, but there are ways in which you can fast track your brand registry when it comes to that. Both of those people, including some other amazing sellers like Amazon sellers lawyer, CJ Rosenbaum, he's in the group as well. By all means, speak to him, consult him as well. All of these lawyers are able to consult when it has to do with defending any of your IP. And in this case, what we're talking about is not your trademark, and it's nothing to do with copyright versus somebody who's actually used your copyright or your trademark in another Amazon listing. Because if it's that, then you absolutely need brand registry, and you need to go through the brand registry portal and submit a report through there. There's other ways, but essentially what you need to do is you need to go through Amazon for that. This is somebody who's got a website though, and what they've done, according to Stuart, is that they've created a rubbish version of his product, the same product that he's selling. They've put it up on their website, and the way that they've done it is they've actually stolen some of his images and photography and design and et cetera, and they've put it up there. Now, I actually asked him some questions, and he's saying that the company seems to be based in the EU. There are different ways for you to deal with this, depending on which country you're in, which country the other seller or the infringer is in, and then there are different things that you can do depending on where the host is of the website that you're trying to take down. Now, if you're going to be going down that path and you want to take down somebody's photos on a website, the way to do it, and look this up on copyright.gov, is to, number one, get your copyright of the product if it's in the USA. If your product is in the USA, if you are selling in the USA, go and start the copyright procedure there. Now, copyright is something that you get automatically. However, sometimes you will find that you don't even have copyright of your images. So you'll probably heard before, depending on which country you are in, which country the photographer is in, which country the graphic designer is in, you may not even have copyright for your products. What you might have is a license to use, an unlimited license to use those images that you that you're using for your products. Doesn't matter if they're your products. What does matter is who the artist was, and in most cases, it's the photographer. So, if your photographer was not you, if you didn't take your own photos, and you have a photographer that did that, your proof to licensing that would be the fact that you received those. So whether it's emails or whether it's an agreement with the photographer, if it's happened through a website, the terms and conditions in the website, etc. If you've taken your own photos, the timestamps of the raw photos are what matters, right? So if you do have copyright for your own photos, you can go to copyright.org and get copyright for them. Now, it's not necessary to do so. You do have automatic protection for your own photos based on that timestamp, but it does help if what the next thing that you're going to do is get what's called a DMCA takedown. So if you're going to file a DMCA takedown for any website, which you can absolutely do, Bear in mind a couple of things. You need to have proof of who is the legal copyright owner for the images that you want to take down. Bear in mind that if they then file something called a counter takedown through the DMCA, then what you'll find is that you're going to have to sue them to go any further. So do anything that you can actually afford, but always remember that when it comes to your intellectual property, it's what you can afford and whether or not you can defend it. The next step is to get a lawyer and then go through any kind of legal process with them. Remember always that you are probably talking about 2 or 3 countries involved. So in this case, my advice to you, Stuart, is to do some Googling, see what it means to Google something like copyright takedown Europe and see what it means there. Do some more Googling. If the website is .com, do a who is research and figure out who the host is, because that's where you're going to be sending any takedown notices. Get your copyright protection on copyright.gov, .gov or .org, .gov. Get that done. It will help you if your products are located in the USA or if the other person is located in the USA. Do you have any recommendations for a provider of brand registry services? We have our brand registered product. Okay, so this is not about trademarks. This is about brand registry, Terry. And Sam Buckley has actually answered very, very correctly that capitalisation matters. So sometimes what a lot of sellers have been doing is their trademark their trademark name is in all capitals, but then and therefore their brand registry brand name is in all capitals, and then they go into their listing and they type the brand name with lowercase letters or something like that. Same thing goes if your product packaging has got, there's going to be confusion and you're not going to be able to protect your brand if you've got uppercase here, title case there, lowercase somewhere else. In most cases, if you've got a word mark, and I think that we mentioned last time with Tina that the best kind of protection that you can have when it comes to your trademark is a word mark. When you have a word mark, in more cases than not, you will find that everything will be in capitals. Keep everything in capitals, guys. Keep it in capitals in your listing, in the brand field, in the title, on your packaging, anywhere at all that your brand name appears. It has to be the same kind of capitalization. Apart from that, though, brand registry, we've had quite a few issues just lately. So it looks like, again, what they're trying to do is all the marketplaces be on the one Amazon Seller Central, and it's starting to impact. There's glitches. There's different things that are happening there, and what you're probably finding is that you're opening up a case in brand registry telling them, hey, I don't have A+ content on my Seller Central. And brand registry is telling you, yep, okay, go to Seller Central and open a case there. And then you go to Seller Central and you tell them what's happening. You don't have access to stores. You don't have access to other brand tools. And they turn around and they say, yep, well, you need to go to brand registry to ask that question. And you're just going around and around in circles. There are 3 departments on Amazon that are responsible for these kinds of connections. One of them is brand registry, absolutely, and you can open up a case there. Another one is Seller Central, and anything that has to do with brand approvals on Seller Central. And another one is advertising. So your stores and your A+ content and all of those things come under the advertising team at Amazon. If, Terry, you don't get very far and you find that everywhere that you that you've listed your brand name, it is capitalized correctly, the next thing to do is to I'm going to unshare my screen for a second, and I'm going to give you guys a few I'm going to give you guys a few links. Let me just put them in the comments if I can. All right, so I'm hoping that that just went through. Oh, it actually cut it up. I might have to go back and do it later, but essentially what you need to do is you need to go to a tool in brand registry called Manage Selling Benefits. Another one is a tool in Seller Central called Brand Relationships. If you do see your brand name there, you do need to press manage and go through the hoops to accept it. And there's also advertising accounts as well. You need to check that you have an advertising account for that particular brand. Let me go back to that. And again, if you get stuck to the point where you haven't really gotten very far, absolutely get in touch with me. Join the group, book me in, whatever works for you, and I'll try to help. Now, Brett's asking a question. I think that's a little bit confused. That's why I didn't answer anything here. I wasn't sure whether or not this was a question that I could answer at the time. Ashland D. Haddon, and I think Brett's confused in that case, is an insurance agent. Now, I think the confusion comes from the fact that when you apply for USA insurance, they do request you your EIN. Now, what is an EIN and why is he asking? Go to Google and type EIN IRS for international businesses. And you'll come to, OFX has done an amazing job explaining this, but here is the actual IRS, link. Let me see if it opens. The internet isn't fantastic. I'm hoping that everybody can see me well enough here, but essentially what you're going to find is right down the bottom here, or halfway down the page, it says apply by telephone for international applicants. Now, an EIN is actually an employer identification number. That's what it stands for. However, that's not what it is for international sellers. For international sellers, what this is an IRS identifier for non-USA companies. Why do you need it, and how do you get it? You need it because you are importing products into the USA. You're not in the USA, but you are still importing into the USA. you need to be identified as the importer of record for the products that you're importing into the USA. And if you have heard some freight forwarders tell you that it's okay, we'll use our importer of record number or our EIN, that is not the correct way to do it. It is actually against the law. I don't know what kinds of implications that could have for you, but it is not the correct way to do it. The correct way to do it is for you to be identified as the importer of record for the products that you import into the USA. And for that identification to take place, all your documents, whether it's through a freight forwarder or through Australia Post if you're sending your products from here, or through a courier, all your documents and your invoices need to have that that number on there. In order to get it, it's literally a 5-minute process over the phone. They are amazing on this phone number. You need to call, add +1 to this number, 267 941 1099. It's not a toll-free number. It is a number in the USA. It does go to the IRS. The people that answer the phone are really, really amazing because that's all they deal with every day. So they understand the differences between a US company and an Australian company. They will help you to get it ready, and then it will come home to you in a letter or to your business address, whatever you give them. Essentially, you can use that number to get your USA insurance. You can get it in any instance that it is actually necessary. Sometimes it's necessary if you want to get a USA bank account, etc., etc. That's the way to get it using your EIN. Next question. In my listings, strangers started selling. I can only kick them with branding. What's the purpose of them? I believe they steal my 25% sales, and then I get 1-star reviews for not receiving item, which later deleted by Amazon. Are these strangers mapping my daily sale? But no. Essentially what they're doing is they're stealing people's money, Rahul. Okay. It sounds like you might have some let me show you. Let me show you. I've got a YouTube video that you can watch. So depending on what you see on those other listings, it could be somebody who's just trying to make some money for nothing. They've got an FBM listing, and they are just they're just making sales, and then from those sales that they're actually not sending anybody a product, or there could be a whole host of reasons why they are there, and some of them are very, very legitimate. So somebody who does buy a product off you will be able to sell that product on your listing. That's the proper way to sell a product. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel, there is there's a video there. Are they really hijackers or are they drop shippers? My channel is at Calliope. This is my mug, so you'll be able to find it. And then go back to a few months back. Looks like it's 4 months ago. Are they really hijackers or are they drop shippers? I've put a video up there to explain all of that, and that should actually help you understand also how Amazon listings work, why we've got what we call the product detail page, so all the details that have to do with the product, and then on that right hand side we've also got all the details that have to do with the seller. So we've got the buy box. You will normally always have the buy box if you've got a private label product, and if it's in FBA. There will absolutely be cases where where you've got other people on those listings, and you'll see that there will be a link saying other sellers or the same product from other sellers. When you click on that, you can see more sellers on that listing, and some of them are very, very legitimate. Okay, let me see what else is going on here. Austin, is there someone that can take a look at my Amazon listings? We are new to selling on Amazon. We are a 6-figure store monthly, but we can barely make 5 figures on Amazon. We need help with compliance listings, pricing issues. Austin, get in touch with me. I'll be absolutely happy to help. Absolutely happy. So what you'll probably find, and I've seen this over and over and over again with my accounts, with other people's accounts, etc., is that products that are selling well on other platforms don't necessarily sell well on Amazon if all you're doing is you're taking the listing that you've already got somewhere else and you're just putting it exactly the same on Amazon. Amazon needs a different perspective. So you need to essentially do the work a little bit backwards. You need to figure out what the algorithm is telling us in terms of what keywords are being searched. Take a look at who else is selling what products and whether or not you can compete. Amazon is very, very, very competitive. So where a product may not have as much competition on a different platform, you might find that on Amazon, especially Amazon USA, it might have a lot more competition. If you're talking about Australia, Australian sales are a lot slower than what USA sales are. It is getting a lot better. I've seen a lot of great success on Amazon Australia, even when it comes to sellers who are predominantly selling just on Amazon Australia. So by all means, have a chat to me and we'll go through the process and we'll see what's wrong. Is it, do you need more impressions? Do you need more conversions? What exactly is going on? All right, so that's with this particular thread. I'm going to go to some other threads and to some other groups, and let's see what else is being asked here. Saif is also asking for my details for my branding by intent details. Let me see if I can bring that up, and I'll quickly add to stream. Okay, here we go. It's taking forever to even load. The internet is really slow, sorry. All right, so if you go to privatelabelaustralia.com.au, click on sign up to branding by intent. That will take you to a page that will explain. No, it's too slow. Sorry, I'm going to stop the share. It's just not going to happen today, but that will take you to a page that will tell you what is going on, what exactly I offer in the Branding by Intent membership. You'll be able to take a look at that and sign up to that. It's got a lot of hand-holding help. Need some help in setting up an account in the USA from AU. I'm currently selling on Amazon AU. Let's see what this is about. What are the requirements for AU sellers for US market? Can we sell here without setting up a company in the USA? Okay, you do not need to set up a company in the USA. You absolutely do not need that. However, speak to an accountant. If you have enough nexus in the USA, if you have employees in the USA, if you hold stock or renting in a warehouse in the USA, there are a lot of reasons why you would want to create an LLC company in the USA. Selling on Amazon is not one of those reasons. You can absolutely sell on Amazon without having a US company. Is it hard to source products if we do not have a registered company in the USA? That's usually a question that the people that are asking are not doing what we call private label selling, or what is really identified as creating your own brand. If you are selling other people's brands, and you're trying to source from wholesalers in the USA, or you're trying to source from other brands in the USA, you will probably find that, yes, not having an LLC is going to make it more difficult. However, that does not mean that if you do have an LLC, you will be able to buy Disney products. That is absolutely not the case. There is a lot of other things that wholesalers, distributors, brand owners are looking for when they are going to sell you their products, so that you can go and sell them on a platform like Amazon. And the things that they're looking for is prior success. Have you been able to show that you can sell other people's products, other brands, successfully, and make money for those brands? If you have been able to do that, then they may give you their products to sell. But it's got very little to do with whether or not you've got an LLC, and a lot more to do with how much more experience you've got, how long you've been a seller for, and what other successes you've had. Do we have to pay a subscription fee for the US market separately? So say if you've got an Australian account, go to inventory and click on sell globally there. Once you've done that, you'll be able to add as many countries as you want to your Australian account. Once you've done that, the first month you'll probably find that you'll be paying a double fee. I think they're changing that slowly. But after the first month has gone by, you will only be paying a fee in one of the marketplaces, and that should be at the $39.99 US dollar mark. If for whatever reason something changes between now and when somebody watches this video, things do change very, very quickly on Amazon, so there are no promises. But right now, we're only paying a $40 US dollar fee for as many marketplaces as we have linked together onto the one account through selling globally. What else is there here? Does anyone have a really good 3PL in the USA that will take smaller inventory? 15 master cartons. I'm pretty sure that Librex does this. I can't speak highly enough of Librex Fulfillment. They're an amazing 3PL. They do send your products. They do drip send your products into FBA. They also do FBM fulfillment as well for your Amazon site, for your eBay, for your website, wherever you're selling. They are pretty amazing. There's always going to be complaints for any company wherever there are people involved, but I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty damn happy with their services. They are amazing. Do contact Librex Fulfillment. Give them send them an email. I'm guessing that what Reedy is saying here, and after following this conversation here, that what she's looking for is advice on how to begin an FBA private label business by using Alibaba suppliers. It's a long game. Ask specific questions, really. You need to start looking at specific questions. However, I will put a link in the comments later for whoever hasn't already got it. Helium 10. Helium 10 comes with the Freedom Ticket course combined, and it's free of charge if you've got Helium 10. The tools in Helium 10 will help you to get started with whether it's product research or whether it's keyword research or whatever it is that's going to start kickstarting your business. But at the same time, it comes with a freedom ticket. There are some amazing people there teaching you how to step-by-step go through the process. And if you ever need anything, there's free help in this group. There's paid help in the other group. There's a whole host of YouTube videos, whether it's my own or other people's, all over the place. Choose the best way for you. I am not all for everybody paying everybody to get information. Some people do need it, and those people should, and especially if it comes to you can actually afford it and you need to fast track something. You need to do things in a better, more focused way, and absolutely I do offer those services as well. Let's see, there's more questions in more groups. Let me see which ones I can go through. Okay, build international listings. Okay, so when you build international listings, you could end up confusing your target and your source countries. Puneet, I will work with you tomorrow, tonight's session, and we'll try to get that fixed. So yeah, you've got to actually choose whether your products are FBA or FBM, and which country you're taking the listing from and which country you're sending it to. But absolutely happy to help you with that. What else is there? Helen, let's see. I recently did a shipping plan and noticed the flow has been updated. I was charged a placement fee first time ever and can no longer access a SKU list for creating an invoice for customs. Oh, no. Last time I downloaded a SKU list was only a few days ago. And I haven't done it today. Okay, so placement fee. The reason why you were charged a placement fee was probably because your products were going to be separated, and because you've selected it. Let me see if I can bring up a page. It take half an hour to load. I'm going to try and bring up a page and show you where that is. If you go to settings and if I'm not mistaken, it's called Fulfillment by Amazon. Yes, Fulfillment by Amazon. Let me just quickly get to that page and then share it. Okay, so if you go to settings up here and then go to Fulfillment by Amazon, this is the page that comes up. Once you get to this page, if you go to inbound settings and edit that, then you get a choice between distributed inventory placement or inventory placement service. Do click on these links. They will tell you how much you're going to pay for the service. But if you had inventory placement service, just go to distributed inventory placement and see if it's actually going to charge you anything or not. Change that to the default setting and then update it. in most cases, and depending on whether you've got case packed or not, or whether you're sending from a country like China and you're sending pallets, or where you're sending your products from, and what kind of boxes you've got, what kind of cartons, whether you've got pallet sizes or what. In most cases, it shouldn't, unless it's coming from the USA. In most cases, it shouldn't distribute to more than one fulfillment center. If you're sending from the USA, you're only sending, say, I don't know, 300 units, and those 300 units are not the same product, the same SKU, there's a few different SKUs involved, etc., there's a good chance that they will be distributed. In that case, it's worth going back to these settings, clicking on the inventory placement service and getting charged that fee, because that fee will be lower than anything that you would pay for sending 3 or 4 shipments instead of one. And then you can no longer access a SKU list. I don't know. I don't know what that would mean, but I'm going to go into an old account. Yeah, no, I've got download SKU list there. I don't know if something has changed. This one was last updated on the 3rd of June. That was only 7 days ago. Look, I don't know why. Maybe open a case. Maybe refresh your page. I'm not sure why that is. I don't think there's been a change that I'm aware of, but then again, I may see it soon. And if I do, I promise to put an announcement up somewhere. All right, let's see. Who else is here? Julio's asking a question. With returns, do you guys ever message the customer through Amazon and ask why? No, first of all, things have changed. It can be very, very, very difficult to try and figure out who the customer that gave you the return, that sent the return back, is. But also, that is Amazon's job. It's part of the fulfillment process. No, you wouldn't ask them why, but you can figure out why. So there is a spot in your Seller Central called Business Reports. If you go to the left side of that, you will see Fulfillment by Amazon, Fulfillment by Amazon reports, and there's a whole host of. Try looking in there for any kind of reports that have to do with fulfillment, with Fulfilled by Amazon orders. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes customers will actually put the reason for the return there. Was only a couple of days ago. I can't confirm that, unfortunately. Like I said, 7 days ago was my last one. I do promise to put a notification up though if I do see it, and I haven't seen anybody else mention it either. I don't know if I've been a little bit out of bounds, and pretty much, yeah, that's about it. I think I've gone through all of them, some of them verbally, some of them I've actually shared. If there's anybody on YouTube watching, would love to see if there's any. No, there's nothing there. My YouTube channel is not utilized as much as I would like. So please do go there and like the channel and watch a few videos from there. I usually use it more for unlisted videos for when I want to share something with a specific group, etc. So there's not that much in there, and what is in there isn't really optimized. So I don't have an amazing following there, but I would like to see some people like my videos. It'd be awesome if you could go there and like some of my videos. I'm really proud of the of the people that I've been helping, and the questions that I've been getting, and the help that I've been able to give through that as well. All right, guys, if you need anything at all, please do tag me in the groups. That's the best way to get me. Tag me in the group, ask me a question there. Go to privatelabelaustralia.com.au, book me in for whatever it is that works for you. In the meantime, a lot of free content. I'm happy to help on a free basis in the Amazon Sellers Australia group. There's a lot of knowledgeable people there as well. And if you need more hand-holding, I'm there for you. Just seek me out, just book me in, just go to the membership group and find me there. I think that's about it. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.